Sorry.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's that nerd Ryan here. So I'm here again, obviously without the Pokemon region review video. Sorry about that. It's something that I'm going to get to eventually. Do not worry. But I came up with a plan, and for a little fun challenge that me and Angie are going to be doing. So say hi, Angie.
Hey guys, how are you?
And basically, we're going to both be posting videos on this, so it's going to be on both our channels. So I'll leave a description or link in the description, either down there, up here, wherever it goes. Since YouTube's deciding to change the comments, it's probably going to change everything else soon. But yeah, so I'll leave a link down there, so make sure you subscribe to her. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing is basically a couples challenge throughout the entire Pokemon games. Now, have you played any Pokemon games at all in your entire life?
Pokemon Go. That's all the experience I have for right now, but he has been teaching me, and I am excited for us to do this challenge together.
Yeah. So let me basically explain what the challenge is going to be. Like I said, we're going to be playing through all the Pokemon games, and I mean all of the main series games.
Yep.
And we're going to be playing in order, so we're going to be starting on red, then blue, then yellow. We're going to be doing the virtual consoles for that. So basically, we're going to be able to transfer everything up. So the whole point of it is, what we're going to do is at least once a month, we're going to talk about our progress. And then we're supposed to not even watch each other's videos at that point. Just because if she ends up getting, like, let's say Gyarados or something, and I ended up starting with a Charizard, obviously she would have an upper hand on me on that, and it would be unfair for me to know what she has when I fight her. So at the end of each game, we are going to have a battle, and that battle will determine who gets to choose their starter for the next game. Now, what I mean by that is we are technically going to be rivals throughout these entire games. So as you know, in the classic Pokemon games, your rival chooses the starter that's stronger than yours. So, basically, let's say at the end of Red, me and Angie fight, and she ends up getting winning. So then she can choose whatever starter she wants for the next game. So let's say you choose Charizard. If you choose Charizard, I'm going to have to choose Bulbasaur as my starter, just so that way you have an advantage over me. Now, other things on that is basically when we have, like, there's going to be side points and everything to this. So if one of us were to catch and encounter a shiny, that is an extra point that basically gets you a free pass for one objective in each game. Now, that might sound confusing, but I will explain that later. Another one would be if you are able to beat the Elite Four without having any Pokemon faint, which is extremely hard to do, just so you know. I never make it through that way. Even always on my first playthroughs, I always have to heal up every time afterwards. And then another one would be completing the Pokedex. Now, that is actually another side thing that I'll get into in 1 second. But other than that, that's basically kind of the one-ups on everything. We will never be able to get out of the final battle. And then another rule, and actually what I'm thinking we could do with the bonus points on this, so let's say you do get a shiny, you can choose to still do everything, but you get to bring up 2 instead of 1. You can bring up 1 Pokemon from your previous game into your next game to join the battle. Obviously, if you get a shiny or anything and you want to choose, you can bring up 2. So if you guys do also want to join in on this challenge with somebody else, that's a friend, couple, or anything, use these as a guideline. Obviously, these are going to be house rules for me and Angie. You could change up the rules however you want. But yeah. And then, so this is the criteria for completing a game. So you have to obviously complete the main story. You have to complete any side missions. and you have to catch every legendary that's available in that game. There are some clauses in that, so like in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, you're able to catch about 42 legendaries in that game, but there are 37 that you can catch at one time, and you have to get ones from other games to be able to get the other 5.
Nice.
So in that, you'll just have to get those 37 legendaries, and then once you beat, let's say we start with Ultra Sun, once you beat Ultra Moon and you have those, you have to transfer them to each game and catch those legendaries. I don't know if we're going to follow through on that because that is a lot of work and we might be stuck on Sun and Moon for a year, and that's not something I really want. I don't know about you. But yeah, so like I said, that's another rule. And also we are not able to start a new game until the other person has finished the previous game. So in the time being, let's say, since I've played Pokemon for the last 20 years of my life, let's say I power through Yellow and beat it, and she's still on Lieutenant Surge. So she's still a third way through the game. I have to spend the rest of the time trying to my best to complete the Pokedex as much as possible. And also in that time, because we are doing rival battles, we're not doing competitive, whatever our level is in the game is what we're battling with level-wise. So if she has a level 23 Pikachu and I have a level 47 Vaporeon, it will be a level 23 Pikachu versus a level 47 Vaporeon. It would not be level 50 versus level 50. So that is another thing, is make sure that you grind and you keep up everything. Yeah. So like I said, whoever wins that will be determined on what starter, or who gets to choose the starter first. Another thing that I want to mention on this too is we are not starting this competition right away. We're going to be doing this in about a month. I do have a lot on my plate Pokemon wise with all my goals that I've talked about in my other videos. So I want to at least be able to either do one of these 3 things. Beat Gold, Silver, and Yellow, or catch all the different gender variations for Pokemon, or completely hyper train my team for my shiny team. Now they will not be battling Angie. I will not use those guys, and actually we might even skip Pokemon Sword because I do not want to risk restarting that game and losing all my team. But yeah, so when we get to that point though, that might change, just letting you guys know. But so that's how we're going to do that. And basically the next thing we're going to do is a coin flip to determine who gets to choose the starter first. So I know we're posting this a month before anything happens on this, but we're going to determine it now. And then I want you guys in the comments to say if you're Team Angie or Team Ryan, just varying on who is going to get the better starter. Oh, and that's the other thing. I completely remembered this with the Let's Go games and with the Pokemon Yellow. So Let's Go is going to be a little more difficult on this clause, but I know for Let's Go it's going to be a lot easier. Or I mean for Yellow it's going to be a lot easier. So Let's Go I'm going to figure out when we get there, which is going to be a long ways away. But for Yellow, since we both start with a Pikachu, our starter, or the whole starter choosing, is actually going to be on what evolution we choose. So you can choose between Vaporeon, Jolteon, and Flareon at that point. But that will be the 3rd game that we play. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to grab the coin. We're going to do the coin flip, and then the winner gets to choose their starter. All right, so we got a official Pokemon coin here. So call it in the air. I'll let you call it.
Heads.
Heads. All right. It landed on tails. So we actually have the pops of the Kanto starters right here to do a dramatic reveal of what we're going to choose. So I'm going to put them here and think for a second because, as you know, this is one of the hardest decisions of your life. I think I'm going to choose Squirtle. I'm going to choose Squirtle as my starter, which means that you're going to get Charmander. Yep. So, there's another rule that I'm implementing on myself here. Angie, you're allowed to Google search anything on how to do like certain things where something is, since this is your first time playing through, on each of the generation's first game that you're playing. So Pokemon Red, you're able to Google search how to do stuff. Pokemon Gold, you're going to be able to Google search how you do stuff, so on and so forth. The only thing is once you start playing Blue, Yellow, stuff like that, you're not able to.
Okay.
You can Google search. We can both. I'm implementing where I can't do that. But we can both Google search where certain Pokemon are and how to do certain things. But for the main game, main story, I'm not able to Google search how to do things. That shouldn't be that hard on me except for through Black and White. But other than that, yeah. And you can always ask me for help. Just know, don't forget, if it's anything to do with your Pokemon, I'm trying to win. So I ain't going to help you well on that. But yeah, so that's been our plan. I hope that you guys are inspired to start this too. Maybe we can all start a league together and play this all together. What I would like to do, I'm going to try to see if I could get other people in on this. And if you guys want to join in on this, let me know. Maybe we can do, after every generation, a tournament battle. And then one more thing that I want to tag on last minute is the Generation 3 games. So Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Leaf Green, and Fire Red. I heard a rumor that they're going to be released on the Virtual Console. I am not 100% sure if that is true. If they are, that is great. If they are not, we might have an issue playing that generation due to the rarity of the games, because she's getting her own DS, her own Game Boy Advanced, her own Switch, all that, and her own games. So, as you pretty much know, they are very hard to find, those games.
Oh, yeah.
I have them, actually, they're propping up the phone to record right now. So, but yeah, so, and also all the batteries on mine are dead. I am planning to get those fixed, but for the time being, we might actually go from Generation 2 to Generation 4, and then maybe back to Gen 3 once the Virtual Consoles come out, or once we're able to find the correct games. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Please share this so other people can join in on this fun challenge. I know it's going to take a lot of commitment to do it, but I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited.
All right. Be sure to subscribe to Angie. And remember, do you know what I say at the end of my videos? Do you want to say it?
No, you say it.
Okay.
It's your video.
We're all Pokemon masters on the inside.